Yo, farm CEOs. My name is Gilbert Mwale, and I'm so glad to have you back here. And just continuing on another thought is that how do you usually decide what you're going to keep on your farm or grow on your farm? What are your ways of choosing what you're going to do? And I had this chat with a certain person, a client, obviously, and we were just thinking through one of the things that they were doing. And I just love how they love to learn themselves. So they were just indulging my thoughts and asking me a few questions about, hey, like we would like to put up irrigation on the farm and, be able to see what we can be able to grow and then sell. So I asked a question to say, what do you want to grow and sell? Before you put the irrigation system that you would like to put, which is a great idea because then you can actually grow what you want to grow throughout the year. The only question I have is, have you figured out already what you are about to grow and sell? And do you know who's going to buy it? At how much, obviously? And the answer was no. And we laughed about it. But then, she got the idea out of this and was like, you know what? I'm going to solve this problem and I'm going to go back and get some information. And the good thing about this is that when she came back, she was solid. I just love people who follow through, with their plans and with their thoughts. Is that, she found out exactly what would be the best. And one of the methods that, she used was that despite the big farm where she has, a lot of different things that are about to start happening there, she also has a small, garden back home where she grows different things. And interestingly, as small as that garden may be at home, is that she consistently gets to have clients walk in to come and buy some of those vegetables. And the conversation that we began having started off from right there. I began to say, you actually have a gold mine of information. You don't even need to go to places like Soweto or the main markets to be able to find out exactly what people need. You could actually use every single customer that is coming to your farm or to your house to buy vegetables from you. Find out, first of all, what kind of customers are there? What are they doing? Where are they taking the produce that they are getting from you? Is this your neighbors coming to buy vegetables for them to be able to consume by themselves and their families? To the contrary, for her, it is actually marketeers. And that is a great plus for me. So I said, well, we then need to do a few extra digging of what and where they're coming from. What are they doing with these products? So they would actually come in with buckets, go through the field, pick up and collect different vegetables that they need, go back to her, she does the counting, charges them, they pay, off they go. So I said, now when these people come on your farm and you leave them out like that, you have left a gold mine of information that you should have made sure that you glean from. So next time what we do is that when they come to the farm, while they are actually, buying things, start asking a few questions. For example, I have noticed that you have come here, multiple times. That's question number one. I've noticed you've come here 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, and I'm glad that you are always buying products from me. I'd like to ask a quick question. First of all, what do you do with the things that you buy from me? Are you consuming them or are you reselling them? And clients will always tell you because they believe that they want to make you better. If you've got, all good customers want to help you become better. So they'll tell you, oh wow, we actually sell these things off to other people. And if they say that, then you are good to go as well. So then you then follow up with another question to say, okay, so now what 2 or 3 things do you like about buying this particular product from me? Because I've seen you coming multiple times. What is it that is nice about us that you would like to, that makes you come back consistently? Just give me 2 or 3 things and they'll answer you. One of the things I like is that you are not rude to us. Number two, one of the other things I like is the price at which you sell us the vegetables. Then lastly, I just enjoy the fact that you usually put them in a pack for us so that we have got somewhere where to carry them from instead of carrying them in our own hands. Most especially when we forget, the packages that we are supposed to come with, something to carry with. Oh, great. So you've picked up those 3 ideas from one person. Now imagine if you ask 5, 10, or 15, 20 of those clients of yours, is that now you have got 3 by 20. That is almost about 60 responses why people like you. So now you know what you should keep on doing, what you should continue doing, what you should continue growing, what you should continue keeping on the farm. On the flip side, you then follow up with another question. You say, hey, what would you wish we would do better? Mostly if you ask them, what don't you like? Typically of Zambians, rarely will they have anything they don't like about you, which they'll tell you on your face. They can go and tell somebody else out there, but most likely not tell you. So to make sure that you get the right answer, I learned this from Bongo Hive, and one of the good things is that they would always say, what do you wish we could actually do better? And I think it's a better question. It's not intrusive, it's not pushy. You really just are saying, is there something you feel we can improve on? So you ask, what do you wish you could do better? And this is where I want you to have your notebook very close, because this is where answers of what you probably need to be growing, keeping, or improving at your farm is going to come from. So you shouldn't be keeping or growing anything on your farm, from my extent, if you have not had these conversations with your clients. Because I don't know what you are using as validation. Just simply because you are seeing people buying and selling from one another, you believe that you can also join in and start buying and selling. This is why I saw somebody one time, calling me and say, hey, I have 500 chickens. I'm looking for who to buy. And I said, well, before you bought the day-old chicks, didn't you know that you are going to need to sell them 6 weeks later? Why didn't you find out where these things are going to go before you started keeping them? So that's the wrong way, as far as I'm concerned, of how to do farming. We need to, and the comment my client, amazing person, was, she said, now I get it, Gilbert. The issue is we haven't been doing treating farming as a business. We've just been treating it as just a normal thing, but not as a business. I said I like that. We really need to treat it as a business. So when you ask those questions, simply listen now. They will tell you, one of the things we don't appreciate, maybe could be price. Maybe is that when we come here, this week we find the vegetables, the next week they are not there, the other week they are there, the other week they are not. So you are very inconsistent.